everybody. It is your girl, Dr.E, and sitting to the right and to the left of me, I have the founders of the Real Uncensored podcast. Ladies, do your thing.
What's up, y'all? It's the Real Uncensored. I am your host, KraziiAzzMO.
And I'm PrettiGurlTalkShit.
And we about to do this.
So today we are interviewing these phenomenal African-American melanated entrepreneurs. So before we get into what is the Real Uncensored podcast, let's talk a little bit about who you ladies are. Okay. So whoever wants to start, let's talk a little bit about your background.
Okay. I am from West Palm Beach, Florida, born and raised, you know. I pretty much wanted to do this podcast with my girl, PrettiGurlTalkShit. We clicked. We come from different backgrounds. She's from Georgia, of course. I'm from Florida, but she'll get into that. And we just wanted to pretty much make a statement that, hey, it's okay to talk shit and have a good time. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
That's what's up.
What's up, y'all? Your girl, PrettiGurlTalkShit, ATL all day, Grady baby. You already know who I be.
Let's go.
I keep it real all day, man. I fuck with KraziiAzzMO because you know why? We keep shit real all
Yeah,
day.
understand me, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So trust me, it about to get motherfucking real.
And uncensored.
Hence the name of the podcast, right?
Yes.
So understanding that you ladies have these big personalities, and y'all do. We were talking a little bit behind the scenes about the Real Uncensored podcast, what it is to expect from you ladies, and what you're gonna bring. So ladies, tell us why it is called Real Uncensored.
Because, I mean, well, it's self-explanatory. Because it's going to be real shit, and it's going to be uncensored. We're going to say it how the fuck we want to say it on our own way of saying it.
No judgment. Who the fuck y'all is?
Okay.
But it's our shit.
It's our shit.
So if I'm tuning in for the first time, right, and I'm scrolling on, and I'm like, all right, I see the Real Uncensored podcast. What should I expect?
Definitely comedy.
Okay.
Definitely trash talk.
Big energy.
Big energy. Yes, definitely that.
Yeah.
Girl talk.
Okay.
Real shit. Things that go on. Current events. Yeah. You know, just fun shit. You know, that's pretty much sums it up. Like, you know.
And the main thing, no fucking filter.
Okay. Yes.
And I really love to see it. Coming up in this time frame, we have a lot of African American women out there that's showing out, starting their own podcasts, starting their own labels, being entrepreneurs, and just holding it down as Black queens.
Yes, ma'am.
So I see two Black queens together, which is hella rare at times. We all know it is sometimes hard to link up.
Yep.
And have somebody that you're in business with as another female.
Yep.
So how is it that you ladies got together and became friends and now are starting a business venture together?
Should I?
Go ahead, do it, boo.
So, me and PrettiGurlTalkShit, we worked together, and we just clicked. Like, we were like I said, I'm always was the funny person everywhere I go, parties, wherever I'm at, family, I'm always the funny person. But this motherfucker right here, I feel like I can pass the torch to her sometimes, and you know what I mean? It's overwhelming being a funny person and being authentic, so now I can pass that shit. So I decided, like, you know, I think she wanted to do a podcast, and I didn't know that.
Okay.
People always told me, like, yo, you talk some real shit, and you funny. Like, you should have a podcast. And I'm like, shit, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it alone.
Yeah.
So, like, I could have chose to do this with closer friends, because me and Pretty Girl, we was cool. We was dogs, but we never hung out or anything like that. But she just, first person that came to my mind was her. So I'm like, damn, you know, I should ask Pretty Girl. And when I asked her, I didn't think she was serious, but she hit me up like I'm serious, like, let's do this.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do this, so the rest is history.
Okay. I love that.
Y'all gotta understand, you got two strong ass Black women
Yes, sir.
together. When we keep shit real 100%, fuck that 1,000%, shit in the making gonna be real. Trust me.
Yes. That's my dog. That's my dog.
Exactly.
So the link up was just authentic.
Yeah. And you know, like I said, like, and just of us doing business, I felt like even being around Pretty Girl, that this is a safe situation. A lot of times you just want to work with somebody, but you don't, and you know, you may see something about them, but you don't know. It's a scary thing to go into, especially when you don't really hang out. But
Yes.
she been authentic. Her energy been good. Like everything just been a plus. Like I fuck with her, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, bitch. I got you, girl. I got you. You so damn stupid.
But I love that though. I love the fact that you guys organically linked up. This is not something that's forced.
Yeah.
Hence the Real Uncensored, right?
Yes,
This is not a
yes.
scripted podcast.
No,
This is topics that you guys are hearing.
Yes,
it has
ma'am.
affected you, and now you are bringing it to the forefront. So being that you ladies are so confident, and being that you're able to talk about these topics, how did you get to that point?
Like,
We talked about it off camera. Like we go through life experiences. And life experiences make us who we are today.
Yeah.
How did you ladies become so confident to be able to just be like, you know what, I'm going to start this podcast. I'm stripping off all the filters, and I'm just going to give it to you raw, unfiltered, uncut.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just that person anyways that just always saying real shit. You know, I'm always advising people. I'm always trying to look out or help somebody that may be in distress, I think I'm just somebody that like to feel needed, you know. I like to help, I'm a helper, you know what I mean? So with this situation, like I could just be myself, you know what I mean? It don't even feel like a job, really. It's like, it's just, and then having a partner that really can enjoy that shit with, like, it's everything, you know what I mean? So.
I feel that.
That is true. That is true. I came out the womb with no filter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they put me on with no filter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But being real, man, like,
You so damn
vision
stupid.
is so strong. I don't want to do this shit with nobody but KraziiAzzMO. When
You
I tell
already
you
know.
we click,
Yeah, she do. It's gonna be like this. She gonna, I'm gonna put in the headlock.
literally.
Oh.
I love this shit, man.
Yeah.
Only big things coming our way. Man.
Definitely.
And I think it's important for especially young women that's not sure on how they can really tap into who they are, right? We have so many people on social media they're looking up to, and it might not be the greatest person to look up to, but having women like yourselves have a platform where you're talking about real life shit. You're okay with expressing who you are.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys are inspiring a lot of women.
Okay.
Tapping into a lot of women's insecurities and showing them how to build on that.
Yeah.
So if I am a young woman, I'm listening to your podcast, and I need to figure out how to build upon me. If you ladies feel comfortable, touch on a little of your past history, whether it's relationships, challenges you had to go through, that allow for you to say, this is who I am today, and I'm going to be uncensored creating this podcast.
I would say growing up in Palm Beach and going to school, I hated school. I ain't saying, I had to figure out how to get through that shit. You know, I had to figure out how to get through it. I didn't feel like I was smart. I didn't feel like I had the capability of just getting an A, but I loved art. I found what works for me. I always made people laugh out. Yes, I was a class clown. You know what I mean? But I even if I had to get through it, I did it.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always been. If something get tough, you know, whether it is what it is, like I'm not gonna doubt myself, because I realized, like, through life, and it's something a lot of people don't even know, I got my driver license at 31. I was so scared to drive because I had been in so many car accidents as a kid. So everything that I have done, I had to get up and do it. You know what I mean? Like, even in relationships, you know, when I was young and in a crazy relationship, abusive relationship, people don't know, you know. And with that situation, I was doubting myself. You know what I mean? Because you listen to other people, or other people controlling your heart, your feelings, and all of that. When you break away and just do what you want to do, just do what you want to do, you're gonna be happy. And you find your niche, man. This is my fucking niche right here. Like, you know what I mean? And now I'm in a marriage. I've been with my husband 12 years. I'm not in the crazy abusive relationship. I got a beautiful family, you know what I mean? I got great supporters, you know, but because I had invested in myself, you feel me? Got to stop worrying about what the fuck everybody else say.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, that's right.
So.
Beautiful.
So true.
Yeah.
You know, just like KraziiAzzMO said, we have a lot in common, you know what I'm saying, especially with the domestic violence. Especially with the domestic violence as well. Like, that's something that we both went through, and that did make us stronger. I know it made me stronger.
Yes.
I lost myself for a while.
Yeah.
I really did.
And that's okay.
But I know I got a voice, and I know motherfuckers out here want to hear my voice.
Yes,
A lot of
yes.
women out here went through shit. that we went through. But guess what? Stand the fuck up.
And love yourself.
Literally.
I'm gonna tell you like
right now I'm going through self-love.
yes,
right now, and I love this shit.
yes. And you know what? Like she was saying, self-love is everything because people around here doing things to their body. People are doing all these things to hurt themselves or whatever because they don't have self-love. You know, people are even killing themselves because they don't have self-love because they're giving the responsibility of happiness to another motherfucker that probably ain't gonna be around you in the next year. You know what I'm saying? So with a lot of things that has happened, you know, in her life, in my life, we don't even have to talk about it no more. Like this is the time for us now. This is our season. Yeah. Real shit.
Yep. Our season, dog. Yeah, you talking about
I love that. I say self-love is the best love.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Because if you cannot love yourself, how the hell can you
love
somebody
exactly.
else?
How you love your kids?
Okay. You have to be able to fill up who you are before you can pour into somebody else.
Yes, definitely.
And that's what I gathered from the both of you ladies, right? Having that work-life balance and focusing on your self-care in the midst of that all, that's how you're able to create and give back to other people.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted to highlight that in you ladies. Talking to you on camera and off camera, that's what I see. Is making sure that, yes, I went through things, but I'm not a victim of the things that I went through.
Definitely.
I am an overcomer.
Yes.
And that's how I'm able
Girl, you
to
is
create
preaching.
this podcast.
She's preaching.
I'm only telling your testimony.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but that's real shit. And, you know, like you said, be an overcomer. Like, a lot of people, I think people just thrive on being a victim. Like, they love to use that as excuse for not doing nothing in life. They love to use it. No, take that shit and keep it moving. Yeah. So you can it help somebody else. You can help somebody else. You don't have to just stay in that cave. You could come the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just real shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I keep really talking about how I love terminology because sometimes when people see uncensored, based upon their limited ways of viewing things, they think uncensored might be something that is a negative undertone.
Oh, no.
But see, the beautiful thing of being uncensored is that you're talking about I'm having this perspective that I'm not going to let whoever victimized me censor me.
Exactly.
So now I am uncensored.
I love that.
Unfiltered. I am empowered. I am a woman. Hear me fucking roar.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to extrapolate that and break that down because sometimes when people see uncensored, you know, you thinking back to the BET days, you know, the uncensored.
And I can tell because a lot of people be like, oh, they gonna take that off. If y'all got uncensored, they gonna, you know, nah, we just gonna say what you scared to fucking say.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Haters.
Exactly. And so that's why I'm able to sit here with you ladies and just feel so good and empowered because you're allowing people to see that the terminology is based upon your perspective, not upon the reality of what you ladies are creating.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I want to get a little bit more into your business, just a little bit.
It's okay, go ahead, girl. I'm an open book, girl.
Let's do it.
Okay. And so I see that you guys have on these beautiful shirts. I see you holding this beautiful hat. And I hear, you know, little birdie told me that you created these shirts.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I have my own T-shirt. I'm sorry. I have my own T-shirt business.
It's uncensored. Don't say I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. You got it. Nah, but I got my own T-shirt business, you know, so whatever me and my girl need. Also, with me, you know, having my T-shirt business, I've started a clothing line with my brother and my sister called Outergy.
Love that.
Outergy. And definitely you can find us on outergy.online. But me and my brother and my sister, we're very close. And Outergy is something, energy you put in, you put out. So whatever, you know, real is that's your Outergy, that's your Outergy. So, yeah.
I love that.
So, yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow Outergy on, see how it's spelled. Make sure y'all get that shit right.
If they can't see it, how is it spelled on there?
OUTERGY. And you can find it outergy.online. It's the website. Kids clothes, women clothes, men clothes, dope shit. I designed everything. I'm the designer. And shout out to my brother and my sister.
Okay. So if they wanted to reach out to you ladies to get these beautiful T-shirts, where would they find that at?
Well, the website is under construction right now. Okay. So they definitely can DM us on our Instagram at Real Uncensored Podcast. Yeah. And make sure y'all follow us as well. But, you know, Well, you can't see it, but and then make sure y'all subscribe too to our page. But definitely hit us up on Instagram and Facebook. It's the same thing.
Okay. And so we're going to get back more into the socials and talking about that, but we highlighted your business and we talked about your business, but I wanted to bring it over to this pretty young thing sitting inside of me, okay?
Pretty young thing.
Okay. So what is it that you are doing outside of the podcast and maybe has inspired you to be an entrepreneur as well?
Well, since I've been little, my pain had turned to poetry. When I went through a lot of shit being young, I didn't know how to express myself. So I used to write and write and write till I couldn't write no fucking more. And that helped me to talk the fuck up. And I'm just being honest. That helped me talk because I used to be shy like a motherfucker. I used to want to say a lot of shit, but I used to write that shit down.
Okay.
And that's my passion is writing. But then I said, fuck that shit. Speak it.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm doing now.
And now she been uncensored.
Yeah, now you can't keep her mouth closed.
I ain't scared no more.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And speaking about writing, I also heard that you beautiful are a rapper as well.
Yes, yeah, y'all know KraziiAzzMO, yeah, I used to write, well, I still write, I'm not saying I used to, but I'm saying like if you look on YouTube, I got some music on there, but I'm like somebody that's like a jack of all trades. I can do so many things that it drives me crazy.
She does.
But yeah, definitely, I love to write. Like she said, and that's therapeutic for me. I still write music, along with my brother Babaki, and just growing up, like that was like always something that I just enjoy. Anything that's got art in it, whether it's painting, whether it's music, whether it's whatever it is. And I think that's what, like with my t-shirt business, all this shit is therapeutic for me. It's my hobby.
Speaking of therapeutic, when you ladies talk about self-care and giving back into yourselves, what are some therapeutic things that you do like to do?
Well, me, I like to not only write, I like to design. I love to design. If you, like I say, Outergy, if you look on, website, I've created over 100 designs.
Wow.
Over 100
Do
designs.
you create designs for other people too?
Yes, because they hit me up for customization on t-shirts, so I definitely design for other people. But people be wanting they stuff to look like my shit, and I'm not finna do that. Like, I'm not trying to design that kind of way. Like, could you do mine, but put it like how you have out in the. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But no, people do have stuff that I could help critique and give them some ideas on. So yeah, I love to design. That's very therapeutic. It's just like doing stuff that in the colors and all of that. That shit just, I got a son that I'm showing because he's like gonna follow in my footsteps. He loves art and all of that. So just seeing that my seed gonna be probably doing what I'm doing is everything. But I love designing.
I love that. Yeah.
That's KraziiAzzMO.
You know it.
And I know you talked about writing and how that was therapeutic for you. Is that a way that you maintain your self-care?
It is, and also, don't laugh at me, but I love Beverly Hills 90210. So look, check me out. I be right at home looking at that, relaxing. But I love to dance. I love that.
Yeah.
Main thing about me, bro, I love entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm an entertainer, literally. But don't get it twisted, baby. I'm smart. I got 3 degrees.
I know that.
Trust me. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, she's
baby.
smart.
Mama ain't raised no dumb shit.
You know what? I like, and I also like. I know if you know KraziiAzzMO, if you know me, I love to just eat crabs.
Oh my God, she do.
I love eating crabs. To me, that's my happy place. I don't know about nobody else. I even used to sell them, and I'm telling you, my shit is good. Okay. So when we get that money, give me a restaurant, and it's going down. Nah, but yeah, I love eating crabs, and I love just sitting there just by myself after working so hard and doing things and just eating crabs. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
But I don't see anything wrong with that because sometimes in social media people are like, oh, well, I like to exercise and do yoga. And
but y'all love eating crabs.
Look, don't come for me. I love to run like marathons with my father every year. That's what I do for my self-care. But that's something that I find enjoyable. Social media is not telling me that I have to do that.
Yes.
I like to prepare for that throughout the year, have been doing it for so long. So it's good to hear that y'all have self-care principles that's outside of what people see on social media.
Yeah, and I talk to myself too. Like, I don't know if, like, I'm somebody, I check myself.
Yeah.
Like, if I, even if I get into it with somebody, I'll go drive. You know, we all drive and talk to ourselves. That's when we really know how we showed the fuck out. Like,
Right.
But I talk to myself like, yo, and I don't know if a lot of people got conscience, but I got a conscience. That's how I know I'm so different, because I have a conscience. Like, you ain't have to handle that shit like that. Like, call them and, you know what I mean? So, I just think that's, real about me. You know what I'm saying? I always check myself. Like, I could do better. You could do better than that.
Because if you can't trust yourself, who the fuck can you trust?
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah, and that sounds like positive self-talk.
Yeah,
You know, it's not all the time we have to tell each other that I'm doing this right and I'm doing that. You have to be real with yourself.
Yes, you do.
Because if you can't allow for yourself to just be real, then how do you expect how you're going to have an outward look upon outer energy?
Yeah.
How is your outer energy going to look towards other things if you can't be real within yourself?
Yeah.
Energy aligns to energy.
Yeah.
And I love to hear that you ladies are able to have all of those things balanced.
Yeah.
So going back to a first episode, right? If I'm tuning in and I'm listening to your first episode, what are some highlight topics that you ladies like to tap in on?
Sex.
Okay.
She's a freak.
Oh.
I'm more of the conservative.
Oh, she's married, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I listen. I'm married and experienced, so I'm good though. I'm in the house. Matter of fact, I got the damn door locked. Okay, so I'm good on being in the house. Okay, it's okay.
Yes.
Got the door locked.
I am a freak.
Yes, pretty girl. Yes.
But I'm a safe freak though.
Yeah.
I'm a safe freak.
You good? Listen.
Okay. So when you say that you are a freak, right, and these are things that you like to talk about, what are some things? Is it like, because you know I love Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I love her too.
Shout out to Angela Yee.
Yes, and she doing her own fucking thing.
Lip service, right?
Yes.
She got her thing going. She's about to be syndicated. So when you talk about being a freak, are you talking about things that they talking about on there?
But I'm talking about
Everything.
Okay.
Threesomes.
Yeah, you talking about
Oral.
everything.
Anal.
Everything, baby.
Censored.
Everything. We grown and sexy over here.
You think I ain't done it? Shit me, I did.
God. But I like the fact too that you talked about safe, right?
Yes.
I think that's so important. It's okay for women to tap into their sexuality.
Right.
Men talk about things like that all the time. So
See, that's what killed me about men. See, us women, sometimes we just want to fuck.
yeah.
But then y'all label her as hoes and bitches and shit. Like, oh, she's a little hoe. Ain't no little hoe. She just want to get touched for a minute.
Right.
And get move on. We don't say shit when y'all do it. Why the hell we can't do it?
But that's another thing, like, with Pretty Girl and KraziiAzzMO. I'm married and she's single,
Exactly.
but we can hang together and
Yes.
respect however each other,
Yeah.
wherever they at in life, you know.
Yeah.
She outside, like I said, I'm inside with the doors locked.
Hey, you talking about, okay.
But it's a reason why he locked it down.
Oh,
Let's never forget that, okay? So we can go ahead and act like
I mean, I don't want to
but it's
brag,
a
you know.
reason.
I don't want to brag. I don't want to talk too much about it.
And you've been married for how long?
12 years.
Okay.
Well, I've been married 7. I've been with him 12 years.
Okay, and that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I love that. I love that you're tapping into that. I listen to lip service all the time. So knowing that I can tap into the Real Uncensored podcast, and you guys are talking about relatable topics, I love to hear that because I don't want to just listen to another podcast that just sounds the same as everybody else.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love to hear the different layers.
Anyway, pretty like me and Pretty Girl, like, I mean, when we together, like, bro, like, we're in sync.
Yep.
So it's like we finna show our motherfucking ass. Like,
Right.
you either like us or don't. I don't give a fuck. Like,
You ain't like
but
us,
you gonna love
we
us.
still
If
here.
you real, you gonna fuck with us. You know. So.
Okay. So outside of the freaky deaky turn up time, what else we talking about, ladies?
But we are teaching people for real, though. On some
Oh,
real
yeah,
shit,
definitely.
Though. We really teaching because it's some motherfuckers here that need some lessons.
And not
We're
only that,
teaching y'all
yeah,
some
and not
shit.
only that, like, we want to stand for a lot of things that go on, a lot of things that go on with black men
Yes.
that I don't agree with, you know, like certain things I feel like I'm kind of like an activist.
Yeah.
Even though you may see, Real Uncensored and they just talking shit. No, like, it's some shit that I like to get deep on. You know what I mean?
got to.
And talk about, you know what I mean? I'm not a joke. I may laugh, but it's certain things that go on.
Yeah.
I have an opinion by and I don't like, and that's one thing y'all gonna see on the Real Uncensored. We're gonna have topics just about real shit that's going on that needs to be discussed that nobody's talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers scared to talk about it, but we
Exactly.
ain't scared.
We ain't scared, and we don't give a fuck who don't like it. We don't give a fuck
lying.
who don't approve of it. We don't give a fuck who ain't gonna.
Right.
Let me show that. But I'm just saying, y'all get the grip. Y'all get the
Go
grip.
ahead on your tangent.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all need me to run a little bit. But
Yeah. And I like that you said we teaching people things. People need to learn about sex, whether it's being safe or different positions, what your man might like, what he's turned on by certain things. It's nothing wrong with talking
and you
about
you
it.
got to. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. Being a wife ain't boring, okay? You gotta just know how to be a fun ass wife.
Yeah,
You gotta know how to be a fun wife. Like, if you is a boring wife, that's you. But you gotta be a fun wife. You gotta keep up. A lot of these bitches a little wild out here, so you gotta keep up with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep up with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to be a fun wife. I try to be a fun mom. I try to be a fun friend. I try to be a fun every motherfucking thing, pretty much.
Fun mo.
Fun mo. I'm gonna have to tell you on the.
She know about the crazy.
Fun mo. Fun.
I love that.
You stupid. She crazy.
But it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with talking about these topics, ladies, and I'm glad to hear that y'all are teaching because everybody needs a good teacher.
It's true.
Now, going back to the fact that you are talking about you're married now and you're in this healthy relationship, if I'm a woman and I'm trying to learn on what are the signs of a toxic and healthy relationship, what are some signs that maybe you guys talk about in your podcast?
Well, I would say like a controlling individual. I would say this to any woman that even have a business and get into a relationship. Do something for yourself.
Yes.
I know it's a lot of, and not no judgment on a lot of women that may be housewives, because I've been a housewife. Do something for you, because it at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. And if there ever become a time where you feel like this person is toxic or whatever the situation is, what are you gonna do when you have to just take care of yourself? And people be thinking like, oh, I'm married. He's gonna take care of me forever. No, bruh, nothing. Always have that plan B.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. Like, always have something to stand on. I don't give a damn even if he give you an allowance, you better cuff about 50 of that motherfucker and put it in an account. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But far as like a toxic relationship, like, I think it's really just how you love and how they love. You know what I mean? And it could be, anything could be toxic. It's just really the level of toxic of what can just be out of hand and not in control. You know what I mean? But disrespect, you got to show somebody how to respect you. You know what I mean? Like I always had like a perfect relationship. I'm like not nobody's goal, but I could say that I want to be one of those people that can say I know how to love a black man, and a lot of women can't say that. I know how to love a black man, no matter what I've been through, no matter the abuse I've been through in life. I know how to love a black man. I know how to be there for him. I know how to encourage him. I know how to just give him everything and pour life into him. I don't drain him. I'm gonna pour life in him. I'm gonna add that love to him. And a lot of women don't know how to do that. I'm just saying. I'm kind of a big fucking deal here.
Okay.
I'm kind of a big deal here. I'm just saying.
Ain't that like a good black man?
You want to add something to that?
Oh, no, I'm okay.
You
KraziiAzzMO
okay?
got all that.
She got all of that.
I ain't playing with you, girl. You crazy.
But you know what I do? I love that, and I appreciate what you said, loving a black man, because sometimes black men don't have spaces to express their emotions like women. But
you know what? That is your. I'm gonna tell you like this. That is your fucking job.
Yeah.
It is your job. If your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, it is your job as a woman to say, let that shit out.
Yes.
Don't call him no punk. Don't call him no bitch. Baby, let that shit out. And if I have to hold you, let that shit out. I don't judge you. That's what you got eyes for, and they water you cry. Let that shit out, because I truly believe that's why women live longer than black men, because they don't express themselves.
They don't. They hold every damn thing.
I tell my husband,
that
baby, come on, let it out. He may not know, but I don't see him cry. You know, but that lets me know, because I've seen, a lot of people can't say they seen their man cry before.
Right.
I have seen my husband cry before, and that makes me feel like that's something people don't even understand. Women don't even understand. When your man expressed, bitch, do you know what he has done?
Yes.
You know what you should be proud of. This nigga done expressed himself to you.
Yeah.
That's big.
I agree with that.
Yes.
Me too. I agree with that too. I really do.
Yeah.
Having a safe space for your man to check in. I think it's so important
Yes.
in relationships to
Yes.
have communication.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Very
You know,
important.
in
That
my
is
relationship,
everything.
I love that. Let's do check-ins. Let's sit down and talk. How was your day today?
Exactly.
Yes.
And not only that,
Yes.
being put in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Like I've always told my husband, don't put me in a bad environment, which means if you getting off work and you may need to take a co-worker home, and it's a woman, call me and say, hey, babe,
me know.
this is I'm giving Brittany a ride. She doesn't have a ride. So if somebody seen my husband in the car with a bitch, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's his co-worker.
Right,
So
I
you ain't
already
gonna
know.
tell me something I don't motherfucking know.
Exactly.
I love that. And I love that
Yes.
you just said that.
Yes.
It's about communication.
Don't
It
put me
is.
in a bad environment
Yes.
to look stupid.
Yes.
Cause I don't want to be on the phone with a girl talking about, well, what color she had on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to make that person feel stupid for even fucking calling me.
Exactly.
Don't play
Yep.
with me.
Me and my husband, we communicate. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's just how it's supposed to be. Is respect. Don't and a lot of people be on there on social media. When they get on social media and they be like, on Facebook, he always tripping about this dude. No, bitch, you letting these people do that because you're trying to be slick. You gonna see me and my husband all over my shit.
Yeah.
That they scared to come talk to me because there's no more use for them. There's no, when you let somebody feel like they can come in there and they come.
Making room for that.
You're inviting them and don't try to act like you don't know it. It's a respect thing.
Yeah. I love that.
Agree.
And so do you ladies feel like on social media your partner should be present? If you're in a relationship, they
Yes.
should be present. Okay.
I don't like.
Like, are you supposed to have pictures?
No, but me and her don't agree on everything, so we
That's
don't.
okay. And I kind of felt that. That's why I'm like, let's talk about it.
Go ahead. She can go ahead and answer that.
Okay.
What you mean by present though?
So are there supposed to be pictures on the Instagram? If you have Facebook, are you supposed to say, I'm in a relationship with such and such? What should it look like on social media when you're in a relationship?
I want to hear. I'm gonna say, but I want to hear what she
honest.
got to say.
I'm gonna just say for me, I don't do none of that. I don't put on that ship. I don't put pictures up with me and my dude.
Yeah.
I don't do stuff like that. I don't put no pictures up with me and my dude. I don't say I'm that ship.
Why though?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't do that. I don't know why. I just don't do that. I never.
But
have.
what are you?
I
There's.
don't know.
I
don't know
feel there's a fear there.
No, it ain't no fear. It just I don't care. It's like I don't care for that. I ain't got to.
You feel like you feel like it'll bring drama.
No, I don't give a fuck about that.
But
I just don't.
well,
Like,
I'm gonna say the reason
just
why I
don't.
do because you're gonna know where I'm at in life. I think when people get on social media, especially if it's somebody like that you went to school with, you grew up with, they need to know if before they come in them DMs. Oh, she married. Oh, they got 3 kids and a dog. Oh. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not. But see, I think just telling somebody that you in a relationship, putting pictures up, it's securing. Like I'm not to be touched. Okay, I'm not trying to. I just feel like, why would you not put your life? You don't have to put every picture, but at least let. Hey, I don't feel like it's necessary for my husband to be on Facebook and not us be saying that he's married. Yeah, it's like that's a separate life for me.
But are you ladies speaking from 2 different perspectives in life? Because you are married and she is single. So having a relationship versus a husband might look different because you have that ring. You have them vows. She has a person's word.
She looking.
She just has a person's word. That's it.
I understand that.
And so with that being the case, is that the reason why you don't feel comfortable with that?
No.
Okay.
I think Pretty Girl
That
Talk
just
Shit
means
is closed off with relationships.
It's like even when I be want to go out with my friends,
Yeah.
I ain't finna invite my dude with me. What I'm invite you for? I
Okay.
just don't. I
No, well, you
like
don't. You
that.
shouldn't. If it's a girls' night out, nigga, sit your.
I mean,
See,
but
I'm not
I'm
one of them
saying-
wives that bring their husband everywhere.
Right.
Like if you can't cut the damn umbilical cord
Right.
when you leave the house, like That's why it's got to be respect.
Right.
Like I want to be clear of everything. Like I've told my husband about Rain. Like I
love
dope
that.
dude, you
Yeah.
know, because you're not gonna call me and not know nothing. And
Right.
No, I'm gonna make sure you okay, so you don't have to bug me.
Right.
Okay, and that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's all about security in a safe environment. Stop, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You know right from wrong.
And you know how that it'll impact your partner. if you don't
Exactly. I
communicate
just
that.
think
Yeah.
it's really
I like
like
that.
you can't put people in a relationship with you and then tell them how to react to your bullshit.
That's true.
You got to give them you got to give what you want. That's how I look at it. Like, I'm not going to go off and go do a podcast and not have a conversation with my husband. I'm not going to go off and go meet up with a guy that may have dealing with my podcast and not tell my husband. If you're not mentally smart enough and capable of to say, I don't got to tell him nothing, you need to grow up. You shouldn't be in a relationship. That's all I'm saying. And that goes on with Facebook too. I'm just saying.
I do, Dr.E, I ain't gonna lie. I know I need some help. I'm not.
Girl, I'm here.
I know I
I'm
need
here,
help.
girl. I got
being
you.
honest. I need help in that department.
Nah, but that's okay though.
I'm learning and I'm growing.
But
And
you
guess
good
what?
though.
I can admit to that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you're a real one, because you're a real one.
admit to
Because
it.
you're a real one. That's
You know
all.
what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie about
Hey,
it.
listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't always had it together.
We
And
have
I ain't
none
trying to
of
play
us
an
have.
angel.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I know I wouldn't be a wife if I didn't understand it. It's the hardest fucking job in life. Trust me. I ain't finna sit here and try to act like I'm somebody gold. But I know I'm gonna hold up my end. That's all I know. So.
And I agree because I had to read before too, but I gave that bitch back.
Because you felt like it was a toxic situation for you.
No, I don't like people try to run me and shit. I mean, just one thing about me, I know I'm a Libra all day, every day, y'all. I need help because I can fuck with somebody. And then the next day I can be done with you, and then I'm on to the next one. I know I need help. I admit to that shit.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not gonna lie, I really do though.
But that's a strength in you. I don't want you to ever feel like that's a
No, real
subtraction.
talk though, because if
It's
you
a
could,
strength.
your cutoff game
Yeah.
strong, bitch. Don't play with her,
Yeah,
okay?
it really
Get
is,
your shit
though.
together.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think a lot of, and it's something I've talked to Pretty Girl about, a lot of things about black women that been through shit. We have a way of, how can I say this shit? Of not, because we've been through abuse and we've been through toxic relationship. When a good fucking guy come along, we just like, ugh, like he too nice, girl. Like I don't like him. Why? Cause he ain't beating your ass. Why? Cause he ain't telling you, bitch, why you ain't fucking pick up the phone. That type of shit these females really are attracted to, and they trying to figure out why he doing me like this. Cause that's what you haven't really opened yourself up and healed to be able to appreciate somebody being kind to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and her talked about stuff like that, and that's something that I went through. Like I want a motherfucker that I have to run out after. I used to love that, but why? I'm worthy of being fucking chased. I'm worthy of somebody taking me out, and I really had to. But I just feel like you have to heal though. Take your time. You have to be a happy hoe. Be a happy hoe.
Hey, you ain't lying about that shit.
Girl, you a happy hoe.
But you have to realize as a woman that you are the fucking prize. Yes. You are the prize. If you have to be worried about where that man at, what time he coming home, who he with, who he entertaining, then that is a person that's not ready for you. He doesn't love you. You have to mature to that though. And that takes time. It takes healing to realize that we the prize as a woman.
That's true.
Yeah, because I think people just be scared to be alone. Like you be scared that you haven't even did the necessary steps to heal. So now you're back with another person. You're not even taking time. It's people that just like Pretty Girl. I ain't trying to, but it's people. I ain't talking about you, but I'm just saying in general. There's people that will jump from relationship and without realizing, damn, I just need to just fall. Just go on a date with somebody and then see them whenever I see them. But don't just go from house to relationship.
Right.
Speaking of that shit, she's telling the truth because I was the same way too.
Yeah.
Just jumping from jumping. But now I'm on this self-love journey. Fuck jumping. I only got one now.
And if you ladies didn't give in any type of like communication on what the show was. Y'all just showed them the synopsis of what the Real Uncensored podcast is going to bring.
Yes.
I love that dialogue. And so for everybody that wants to tune in to the Real Uncensored podcast, what are you guys' social media platforms? How can they get in contact with you?
We have a lot of them. We have, please fucking subscribe to our YouTube. It's called The Real Uncensored-ish.
Yes.
Okay? Real Uncensored-ish. If you don't put the ish, you won't see us, okay?
Is that ISH?
ISH,
Okay.
yes. The Real Uncensored-ish.
Okay.
And then what else we have, Pretty Girl? We got Instagram, which is what?
Real _ Uncensored podcast.
Yes, and that's the same for TikTok.
Okay.
Yep.
And what else we got?
We got Big O Live, BIGOLIVE, which
Okay.
is the Real Uncensored.
Okay.
What else we got, girl?
Facebook,
All right.
which is the Real Uncensored podcast. Self-explanatory, y'all know what the fuck.
And we on Buzzsprout.
Damn, bitch.
Yeah, we on Buzzsprout. Yeah.
So if I go on Facebook and that's the only one that I can tap into because that's the only social I have to look at everything that I can find you guys on, I can look at Facebook and see all of your social medias.
Well, you probably can because we pretty much post a lot of things on there.
Okay.
Like the links and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, without further ado, this has been the Real Uncensored podcast.
Yes. Thank you.
Jelly from Vincent Truitt.
Yes. Shout out to OG Ops Down on Mine. Y'all know what it is.
She met a dude that she thought she could really mold. He wasn't her type, but a feeling she couldn't control. He